Well, that's marketing, man. I mean, it's a feeling. I think that's also commonly overlooked. Distracted by running the businesses and watching the health of the businesses that, we sometimes forget to actually like go through your own business process. Like, have you ever actually treated yourself as a customer, secret shopped your CSRs, like went through the whole cycle? I mean, I spoke at an event in Chicago, a great, awesome company, TR Miller, my good friends, Brian, Jim Sloan. They asked me to come out. And when they were giving everybody the tour, the guy says, "Well, where do you guys want to start?" I instantly jumped up and I said, "Take me through the process as if I'm a customer. Like, I want to go through the flow so I can imagine what it's like to be in their shoes." Like, if you did that for every single one of your employees and you did it like from the lens of your own ownership, you'd be amazed how many ideas flourish from that. Because if you thought about your business as an experience and less about a transaction, you're going to start to see things like way differently. Go talk to Andy Hobica. Like, he teaches sales, and you'll hear him say the same thing. I think what does he say? He usually says, "Stop selling, start helping." Like, he's got like a tagline. He always
Yeah,
uses.
I think
I
that's his.
love.
Yeah. That guy's a character.
But when you talk to him, like, this is what he tells you. Like, he's like, "How am I creating a connection and a relationship, friendship? I want you to feel like I'm selling you."
Yeah.
I
The
think he's
one,
right as well.
just to take that even one step further that Andy said, and he's going to come in a future episode of on Profit and Grit, but they actually, as like an added value, their technicians will be walking around, let's say a house, and they have something to do. And let's say, I think the example he used is a glass door, as a sliding glass door he's going through, it sticks or something. They'll literally take the time to fix that glass. Now, it's obviously not going to be some dramatic thing, but it's a little simple fix. It maybe needs a spot of oil, or they notice a bolt is tight. They will actually fix it. Nothing to do with the job they're doing, just as part of an added value and kind of help the client to trust and feel like they're taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of things right over there.
Yeah.
They're not a client of ours, but I still hired them to change out my heat pump. Like, it was a year or two ago, and what I love is they actually will come down with videos and pictures. Like, so the trust is never. You never have a problem with trust because he'll like sit next to you with the iPad and like show you and explain to you what is going on and how it works. And it's just hard not to move forward with somebody that is like, you just trust them, man.
Yeah, that trust. Yeah. And honestly, back to the website. That's what your first chance to be trusted is your website. And
Right.
if it sounds silly to be bringing it up, but if it's missing things or it looks funky or it's designed poorly, a client of mine hired an agency some time ago, and they said, no, you don't need to rebuild your site. It looked horrible, by the way, their current site. And they said, "I don't need to rebuild it. We can patch it and make it look better." And honestly, it looked worse than the original version.
I mean, that's another like easy low hanging fruit because I'm all about practical things. Like,
Yeah,
whenever I do these podcasts, I try to think about like what's something
sure.
good that I can give, because all that I want is for people to really find value and feel like they're genuinely being helped, and then keep sharing that. Like, put the
Yeah,
message out there and help somebody else, man. That's what fills my heart, you
yeah,
know?
yep,
Like, this industry, it gave me life after that shooting.
yeah,
I want to give this industry life.
yeah,
And I think that like what we have to do is, and here's the actual practical thing.
yeah,
Pull up the top five competitors, all of their websites,
yeah,
and just click through each of them side by side and listen to your thoughts. Like, to your point, which one feels trustworthy? Which one feels like I'm connecting with it? And if you could just reflect, it's going to be a lot easier for you to think about your plan because the competition is all that matters. Reality is competition. Digital is a different type of competition. So just look at your top five competitors in the areas that you want to grow and pay attention how their websites look, how the experience is, how easy is it to book? Do they have a scheduler? When you call the phone number, like, go through the whole buying cycle with that company and compare yourselves to them so that you can create an easier, more friendly, and convenient experience in addition to a more welcoming website.
yeah.
And watch the game change. And these are things like you don't have to hire an agency, man. Like, you could have somebody inside the building like take on this project and work with your developer, whoever made the site.
Yeah, that's good
Win.
stuff.
Keep
Hey, we're
wins.
we're coming up. I know we got about 5 more minutes. I want to be
Sir.
respectful of your time. So it's two things I want to finish. One is I'd love to just ask you if someone's going to work with a marketing agency for the first time, can you kind of give me a quick rundown of what they should be looking for, what they should be asking? I know that's way longer than a real simple answer, but just some top things that come to mind.
Yeah, I mean, the quickest things they'll tell you, right, is like understand what is committed. Look at the contractual obligations. The biggest issues you run into with agencies is they're juggling a lot of contractors. They mean well, but because you're juggling so many, sometimes they overlook things or they forget things or they're moving too fast and errors happen. So I think it's always good to look at your contracts and vet out like what's being promised. You know, how many pages are you going to write for me a month? You know, like, are there any guarantees? Like, do I own my website? That's a big one. Some people don't like when, you know, I break up with you and then all of a sudden the agency owns the website and like, what the hell? That's my website. I mean, those are some of the quick things I would call out. Like, you should own your assets. Make sure they're going to be yours in the beginning. Should something go wrong, make sure that you have it in writing about what's being committed, and make sure that you've got a report that you can understand, appreciate, and feel comfortable using.
Many years ago, I hired an agency, not in the home services space, different space. And I didn't realize, I didn't carefully read the contract. They not only own the website, but I had no access as an admin. I couldn't even put a plug in without having to pay a toll because they said they wanted to test it so it didn't damage the website. And it was like 1,000, I can't even remember, it was like $1,000 to get the plug in. And so it is a good point you want to read, especially nowadays with ChatGPT. Just drop it into ChatGPT and say, "Hey, what should I look out for here?"
What do
We
I
have
need to be careful
we have
for?
no excuse now, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're not ever planning to lose you, so
Right,
they don't think like that. You
right,
you have to think a step ahead.
right. Yeah, good point. And then I'd love to wrap up with a marketing tip. Is there something that you could summarize for us that's an actionable tip that just comes to mind and maybe something you've already mentioned? I'd love to wrap up that way.
If you are posting content, meaning videos, like don't sleep on YouTube Shorts. The reach goes farther. Like, everybody thinks about TikTok, Facebook, Instagram Reels, and you should do all those things because they have the market share. But if you post a reel or a short or a video on social for free, YouTube is getting a lot more views right now than any other platform. So if you're skipping out on YouTube, like, don't miss it. The digital game is about finding out what's hot at the right time so that it goes farther.